So here he is, the very talented and the very handsome Showtime. Welcome, Michael. Welcome to the show. Thanks so much for being here. How are you doing?
Hey, Tanuja. Thanks for having me. Really nice to be here.
So tell me, Michael, who is Showtime?
That's a good question. Well, let me try to explain this as fast as I could, as clearly as I could. Showtime is Michael O'Brien. That's my real name. That's who I really am. But more or less, you're asking the question who Showtime is on stage and off stage. Showtime is a guy, a typical normal guy, but on stage, he's a whole different guy. He's energetic. He has charisma. He's friendly. He brings a lot of excitement to the stage in terms of performance, and he's just, I would say, that guy that if you go to whether it's a West Indian show or any show in general, you look for that guy on stage who's friendly but also has that energy. It will give you something that he'll give you a show, right? He'll give you something that's not just boring to sit down and look at. So I try to be that kind of entertainer. I try to be somebody who will give you a show, not make you sit down there and feel bored and just, say, well, sorry I came to this show because this guy was boring. No, I try to be somebody, exciting. I try to be as exciting. And I mean, as I go on, I learn more and more every day from different artists out there. I pick up things. But Showtime he's a nice guy on stage, man. He's friendly. He's, like I said, he'll give you a show. So that's who Showtime is, and that's how I got the name.
So you transform from Michael into Showtime, just like Clark Kent transforms into Superman, except your power is your amazing son of soca vocals. Now, how long have you been a performer, and are you also a songwriter?
Good question. I'll get to the songwriting part. I mean, that's a whole different thing. But to be honest, how long have I been performing in this industry? I would say for the better part of 10 to 15 years. I've been doing this, or maybe a bit more. But I don't really want to say that include any extra years on that because, to be honest, I'm at a point in my career now where I've been doing it more intensely and more professionally for the past 2-3 years. So I don't really want to say that I've been doing it for so many years professionally, because those were the times when I was kind of just getting known in the industry, and just those were stepping stones. Those years were stepping stones for me. So I really want to say, 2 to 3 years probably. For the most part, I've been doing this professionally in a sense that, I've been on bigger stages. I've been on bigger venues and stuff. So yeah, about that. And in terms of me being a songwriter, well, I would never really classify myself as a songwriter. Although I do a lot of writings myself and I do a lot of things, but most of that kind of we keep that aside. We keep that in the vault. Then we don't release it because it's not complete, and it's not really a full song yet. But it's a bunch of ideas. It's a bunch of ideas and a bunch of things that I hope one day could become something, like become a song or just something successfully. So I do write little things, but I'm no songwriter, by any jump. So I do a little bit. I do a little bit.
So professionally and non-professionally, 15 years. Wow. I wouldn't have guessed because you look very young. And, now I'm kind of tempted to ask you your age, but don't worry, I won't. I'll just ask Raymond when I see him in a couple of weeks. What I will ask you, however, is I'll ask you this before we get to your latest track. Michael, are you a heavy drinker?
I love the question. I love the questions. No, I'm not really a drinker, to be honest. Most people might say, well, yeah, Trini, you don't really drink. Listen, this song was conceptualized by Raymond Ramnarine initially, and I attached myself to the whole production simply because it's a song that kind of I believe in the song too, because I'm not saying I don't drink. I know I will take an occasional drink if we go to a gig we're on a show, and before the show we might take a 1 drink or 2 drink, but nothing ever to the point that well, nothing heavy. I'm not no heavy drinker. So yeah, man, I don't really indulge. I don't really drink a lot to the point where I don't know what I'm doing. And I just the drink just takes over my life. No, I'm not that kind of person. I don't drink plenty. Therefore I'm not a heavy drinker, right? So yeah, the song was something that meant something to me. That's why I decided to kind of go with this, in this direction, because I don't believe, that it's right for most people to overdo it. But I know that's the world we live in. That's the world we live, where everybody just, they drink 1, 2, and they just want to keep drinking. So the song is pretty much saying that, we are saying we don't drink, we're not being hypocrites. We're saying, go out there, enjoy yourself, take a 1, 2, 3 drinks, but make sure you come back home to your wife, or come back home to your family, come back home to your girlfriend, whoever you come back home to, just make sure you reach back safe. So it's not a song promoting alcohol, it's a song about, we're not trying to glorify it, we're just trying to put it out there that we know everybody drinks, but take your time. So to answer your question, again, no, I'm not a heavy drinker.
Well, that's fantastic. You're not a heavy drinker, and this track is not meant to glorify heavy drinking in any way. But can you elaborate just a bit more on what was it that inspired the new track, Heavy Drinker, featuring the showstopper Raymond Ramnarine?
Well, just to reiterate, the song was, like I said, the song was inspired by the kind of unnecessary drinking that happens, not just in Trinidad, not just in the Caribbean, but everywhere in the world, right? People kind of, you go to a party and there's always that one guy who, he want to fight and he took too much drinks. So the song was pretty much something to do with those situations. We just want to kind of put it out there that, you don't need to drink a whole lot just because, you feel like you need to. Sometimes, you can have a great time by just drinking light. You don't need to be a heavy drinker, right? So the song was inspired by that whole idea of not drinking too much and just making sure you reach home alive and you're safe, right? And that's pretty much the whole premise for the song. So yeah, man.
I love that. It's a great message. Stay alive, stay safe. You can have a great time without heavy drinking. Michael, do you get nervous when you're on stage performing?
You see, with a name like Showtime, I have no excuse to be nervous, right? There's no way I could be nervous. And honestly, aside from all that, my first time performing on stage, I believe I was around 14, maybe, let's say 14 years old. Around that, and I wouldn't lie, I was really, really nervous. I was shaking, man. I was sweating, I was shaking. I didn't know what to do because my dad actually, he put me on the spot. And it was a song that I used to sing at home, and and I kind of knew it a little bit. I didn't know it 100%, but I guess my dad, he thought, well, this is the song that Mike knows, so I'm gonna put him on the spot and let's see what he could do. So I do get nervous, for certain things. I'm never nervous to perform on stage because I actually love that. I love the feeling of being up there and just doing what I love to do. So, and I love to see everybody. It doesn't matter if it's 10 people, 100 people, 1,000, 10,000. I love to see that the people I'm performing for appreciates that. So that gives me no reason to ever be nervous. Instead, it gives me a reason to be excited. I'm excited to go out there and do what I do. And so I'm never nervous, man. I mean, everybody will get nervous at one point in their life. There's always events. I'm not saying I never will be nervous because that's what makes you human, right? I mean, you might not show it, and I never do show it. As an entertainer, you can't show these things. So there's certain platforms that I might be nervous to get on, but never nervous to really, when I'm there, I'll never be nervous. But I'm probably nervous and more anxious, right? More anxious to be there. So that's kind of borderline being nervous. But nah, Showtime is never nervous. Never.
I love your confidence, and now I see why your stage name is Showtime. Great vocals and extreme confidence. what else can your fans look forward to in the near future? For instance, will you be competing in the Chutney Soca Monarch 2015? Tell me about any upcoming shows that you have that we can look forward to.
What else could the fans look forward to in the future? I'll touch base on the whole CSM thing. A lot of people have been asking me. I mean, all the radio stations in Trinidad have been asking me about that, so I'll touch base with that just a bit. In terms of what the fans could look forward to, and just in general, people who listen to my music and Dylan and Dan and stuff, or even people who followed me from prior to Dylan and Dan. You guys out there, first of all, I want to say thanks for listening to anything that I do, in affiliation with Dylan Adan or even by myself, or anyone else. Thank you. I want to say thanks for being such great supporters and just being there to see me grow as an artist. I really appreciate that. That's coming deep down for me, right? So fans can look forward to a lot of stuff from me, because I know starting in a sense that I've been in the business for a while, and I know really getting a chance to flourish in Trinidad, because you need to be here to do your stuff. So the fans can look forward to so much. So much I really want to accomplish, and I really want to please the fans. I really want the fans to feel like I'm doing it for them, because I really am. But sometimes, in this industry, people might get caught up in the whole thing, and they might lose sight of the whole purpose. And the whole purpose is not just for yourself, but it's also a shared purpose, right? It's for you and it's for the fans, because you're creating music for the fans. So I believe that whatever the fans are looking forward to in terms of my music, or my music with Dylan Adan, I think that they can look forward to a lot of great things. I don't want to preach or say, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, but I really know my work ethic and my ambition in this music thing is very, very, very hard to beat, because I have a very strong work ethic, and I'm very ambitious in this, and I have a lot of ideas that I think are going to be coming out in the next year, 2 years, 3 years. You're going to see a lot of things happening. So yes, don't want to take too much time. The fans out there, you guys can look forward to a lot of things from Showtime, and especially to all my folks in Montreal, where, if in case you guys didn't know, that's my hometown. Montreal, keep it locked, man. There's a lot of things coming from your boy, so keep it locked. Now, to get to the whole CSM, I will most likely be entering CSM. Now, I'm not giving a yes or no. I don't want to say yes on this program or any other program. When I do officially announce it, if I do it, I will announce it to the world, and Facebook will know, social media will know. I will make that announcement, but I have intentions. I do have intentions of entering. So everybody out there, I hope I get the support at and I hope you guys just show me the love, and I'm going into this. If I go into this, if I go into it, I just really want to do it. I really want to do good, and I really wanted to show you guys that I'm there for you all too, not just myself. I want to do this for my people too, back home, in Montreal. I really want to make them proud, So yes. I'm not saying no. I'm not saying yes, but it's more on the yes, right? I lean in more to the yes answer of will I be competing in CSM 2015. Showtime most likely will be competing, right? So yes, and any upcoming shows? Too much. Too many shows. Actually, last night we had two events last night that, as you know, we were in touch, me and you, Tanuja. We were speaking to get this interview done. So sorry it took so long. We just were so busy. Dylan Adan is so heavily booked up. We booked up until next year, maybe even the year after next year. So there's too many shows to even count. Too many shows to tell you about. Just even now, in the next hour, so I need to run off. I need to go because we have something to do today as well. So there's tons of upcoming shows, and if you guys are down here in TNT for the carnival season, then you guys can catch Dealing with Dan. You can catch Showtime. You can catch us anywhere because we're on all the all-inclusive events. You know, all the big events for Carnival will be in there. So you can find us, man. Just come to all the best events, and you'll see me, you'll see Dealing with Dan, you'll see everybody. So yeah, that's to answer your question.
All right, so CSM maybe, more yes than no, and lots more to look forward to from you. That is great. But going off on a tangent now, Michael, what do you find attractive about a woman? Specific personality traits, physical features, etc.
Good question. I must say, Tanuja, you have very, very good questions. You know exactly what to ask Showtime. What do I find attractive about a woman? Personality traits, physical features. Well, to be honest, most guys might tell you the obvious things. They want somebody who looks sexy. They want someone, with that right body. They want somebody with everything in the right place. I'm not gonna say that I'm not like that because I obviously would want the same things. But no, I'm not all about that whole physical attraction thing. To be honest, and this is not me just saying this. This is really people who know me, anyways, would know this. I'm more about the heart. I look into someone more for who they are and the kind of personality they have. So I'm not really on the physical features part of this. I'm more for these personality traits, right? So I could touch base on that and speak about that forever because I'm not. I don't consider myself being superficial in any way. I don't. If a girl is pretty, and she have a very sexy physique, then as a man, you look at that and it's wow. You wanna talk to that girl. You wanna go and give she a number or take she number. Nowadays just not even about phone number. Now it's Facebook. Just give me a Facebook and we could chat. But no, I'm not about that. I'm not really about that. So if people out there think that I'm just Showtime is that kind of guy. Well, Tanuja, you heard it first. I'm more about the personality traits, and that's the kind of stuff that attract me. And one more thing. Yes, I really do for the whole physical thing. I really, really, really admire when a woman can dress. When a woman can dress good and she has a sense of style. That's for me. That's just that takes the cake. That's it, because that's something about a woman that it tells you something about a woman, right? When she knows how to dress and she knows how to carry herself, look good. You don't need to look trashy. You need to know how to look good, right? And you could do that and still look sexy. So that's Showtime on women, and that's what I find attractive about a woman.
Ladies, you heard him. Sense of style, good dresser, and personality, of course. Well, I think it's about that time, my friend. Why don't you help me introduce your brand new track, Heavy Drinkah, featuring Raymond Ramnarine.
To the world, this is your boy Showtime from the band Dillian and Dan. I want to introduce to you guys my first track, my first offering for the Chutney Soca season for 2014, 2015, 2016, any year beyond. I want to introduce to you guys Heavy Drinkah from your boy Showtime, featuring the showstopper Raymond Ramnarine from Dillian and Dan. Blaze tune.
It's showtime. How would the girls say? Mr. I'ma tell them, backyard, showtime. I'm not drinking, I ain't drinking again. I don't need no liquor, I tell them no way. I'm no heavy drinker. I'm not a heavy drinker. Put your drinks them up in the air. Throw your drinks them up in the air. Raise your hands them up in the air. It's time to free up. Everybody say, lift your drinks them up in the air. Throw your flags them up in the air. Raise your rags them up in the air. Everybody say, yeah. I am not a heavy drinker. Here we go. No, I am not a heavy drinker. Rum could never be my lover. No, I am not a heavy drinker. I am not a heavy drinker. Rum go never be my lover. Girl, I go promise you forever. I will never be a drinker. I am not a heavy drinker. she went and go down. She have my head spinning right around. When I with my friends, them you always calling me, telling me to come home. You say you're missing me. What we drinking? When we lining? What we drinking? Yeah. When I outside lining like you don't trust me. I wanted that girlfriend, I'm not an ex-mommy. If I take a drink, girl, it's nothing too heavy. I go take a Red Bull, mix it with Tennessee. So just do me a favor and don't worry about me, cause I am not a heavy drinker. Rum will never be my lover. Girl, I go promise you forever, I will never be a drinker. I am not a heavy drinker. Rum will never be my lover. No, I don't need much liquor to bet. Just half a glass and I said, you like come here to wine, so please don't waste my time. You keep on telling me you want to wine on me, so what can make you think? But that I need to drink. A woman wants a good man who could handle she. She don't want a man staggering like Johnny. What we drinking? When we lining? What we drinking? Yeah, listen. 1 in a million, no one to replace me. You could never ever find a good man like me. I go drink some white oak, so bring a drink for me. Bring a nip of syrup and pour some cranberry, cause when the night is over, you're going home with me. Cause I am not a heavy drinker. No, I am not a heavy drinker. So show me all your hands in the air and flags in the air and say, rum could never be my lover. No, I am not a heavy drinker. No, I am not a heavy drinker. Rum could never be my lover. Girl, I go promise you forever, I will never be a drinker. I am not a heavy drinker. Rum could never be my lover. What we drinking? When we lining? What we drinking? When we lining? What we drinking? When we lining? Showtime. What we drinking? When we lining? Back at Showtime to the world.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that new song by the one and only Showtime. Thank you so much for being on the show, Michael. I wish you all the best going forward, and I will see you in a couple of weeks.
Hey Tanuja, thank you so much. It was all my pleasure. Thank you for having me on the show. Hopefully we'll meet up again in the future and do some more interviews, right? And before I go, I just want to say one thing. To all those out there in New York City and anywhere else, if you're coming anywhere for December, the month of December the 14th, don't forget it's Jingle Jam, Club Juve, your boy Showtime, the whole crew, Dilly Nadan, and a whole bunch of artists. I mean, that's the only place to be that night, right? So December the 14th, make sure you're at Club Juve for Jingle Jam. We're coming. Yeah, man.